Hey everybody, this is Stephen Moore. I'm playing a slightly different game than normal. I've never made a YouTube video of it. Kerbal Space Program. I've been playing this a lot lately, and I just wanted to show you a fun thing. I am on Laythe, one of the moons of Jewel. There it is. And I made a mistake in that because Laythe has a very thick atmosphere, you have to you can't just have like a lunar, what would you call it? A lunar module. You can't just land there and just have a small rocket and expect to get into space. The atmosphere and gravity is pretty much identical to Kerbin's, so it's very, very difficult. What I basically did was launch a refueling craft, or launch an empty shell of a rocket that could get me into low Earth orbit, or low Kerbin orbit, I guess. And I had it completely empty, and then I had a whole module of those nuclear powered engines to get to Joule. And then once I got there, I had to have more refuelers, so when it landed, it was completely full, and I just had a bunch of parachutes. The only problem is this. I was trying to save as much fuel as possible, so this is where I landed, and then this is where my refueler, or my rocket to get back into space is. So I decided to send a rover. So this mission's taken quite a while, but I figured I'm on the edge of a cliff, as you can see, with good old Jeb and I Kerbin, and I wanted to see how fast I could go. So that's what I'm going to try. And I've got my beautiful rover. Instead of solar panels, let me extend that and I'll turn on my lights. Instead of solar panels, I went with these radio isotope thermoelectric generators, pretty much nuclear power, and each one powers roughly 75% of each wheel. So that's why I got a lot of them. And I got my brakes on. There is where my well, let me clarify. That's where my first ascending ship to get into orbit was. That didn't have enough fuel, so I'm going back over to this one, and I'm going to land another one right next to it. So I've got all my science data stuff over here, so that's very valuable. So I'm going to try to drive, but in the meantime, I've got this massive chasm, and I want to see how fast I can go. So that's what I'm going to do. So brakes are off, and we're rolling. And this thing is very top heavy, which is why I've got fraps rolling, because this should be fun. And it just keeps getting steeper and steeper. Oh, I got some air there. I'm starting to lose it. Oop. Okay, I saved it. It's getting faster. I'm doing 35 meters per second now. And here comes another drop. And there's a little lake. Whoa. Oh, it's starting to turn. There's 42 meters per second. There's 45. There's another drop coming up. 48 meters per second. 49. There's 50 meters per second. That's over twice as fast as this can go on level ground. Oh, here comes another jump. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's 55 meters per second. 50. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, something. Um. On this day, year 31, day 300, we lost the greatest Kerbinaut known to exist, Jeb and I Kerbin. His badassery was off the charts, as was his courage and stupidity. He died trying to set the land speed record on Laythe, in which he did. He will be forever missed.